Do 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 do. Push it. Dun, 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 dun. Push it. Who's gonna design the music for day to day with Dorothy? Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Hello, welcome to the show, Chuck Wallace on Instagram and on Facebook. I see you, but I can't see exactly. So it would be nice if y'all would just give me a hand wave and hello in the comments. Welcome to the show. I see y'all. Hey, Facebook. Hey. Hey, Instagram. Shoulder roll. Okay, let me tell you. Let me put today's title in the comments before I forget. Yo, blackness is an asset. Yes. Okay, let me pin it before I forget because that's how it be. Hi, Teresa. I hope all is well. Welcome, welcome to the show. Okay, so putting the title into the gram, and then let's go ahead and pin that and let's have a little bit of chitter chat. I don't know where y'all are located, but I'm in the frozen tundra. And on Sunday, y'all, it was like 85, 86 degrees. Unbelievable. And then the next day, it was like cold again. But I hope if you are in the Midwest, you had a chance to enjoy nice weather. I heard it was nice in California, nice in Texas, nice in Virginia. Sunday was a nice day across the lands. But we are especially grateful here in the Midwest because we know this weather be playing. Um, so I hope that y'all had a chance to watch the reel yesterday where I was talking about the impact of feeling like, we can't dress the way that we want to dress at work. We being black women, right? And what we look like, how it looks, etc., what people are going to say. Let me tell y'all something. And then we going to jump into today's topic. Your blackness is an asset. And then let's talk about specifically power, right? And how we don't want to be giving up our power. We don't want to be compromising our power. We don't want to be covering because all of these things take away from who we are and our magic. Y'all, we are unicorns. Unicorns. And so we can't be acting like this. So let me tell you something that someone told me at work. I don't know if they meant it as a compliment. It didn't feel like a compliment. So this is what she said. Oh my God. Dorothy comes to work every day and she looks like she could either go to a funeral or a wedding. What? I just come here to do my job. Let me tell you something. I just come to do my job and my attire at the time was very professional. I can say now, like towards the like last year in my career, I think I took, more fashion risks. And not even like I'd say the last year and a half, 2 years, because the last year I was pregnant. So, how risque could you be? But the idea that you're like, oh, she looks like she's going to a wedding or a funeral, implying that I'm overdressed or implying that, I'm not following protocol. Listen, wedding and funeral is the same outfit for me. Right. I could wear the same outfit to both, but just, it's like, I don't know. It's just like you're calling me out and like it's not making me feel included. It's not making me feel like I belong because you're not saying that we all are like dressed to the nines and ready to go to a funeral or a wedding. Just me. I'm the only one that's ready to get dressed. Hi, Joanna. Ew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. So, I wanted to highlight that in the reel because I think the thing that we feel like as black women is that we feel like, oh, I got to fly under the radar. I got to wear black so that no one will notice. Forget all the color. We're not doing that. But here's the thing they already saw you, sis, and they know you're black. So there's nothing that you could do to fly under the radar and go unnoticed. I'm here to tell you that your blackness is an asset. And let's talk today about how we can step more into our power instead of constantly compromising it, thinking that we can blend or assimilate. No, not unless, and again, there's some of us who could pass, right? And there's some of us who could, maybe we're a third black or half black, and like, we could kind of claim whatever other parts are associated with us. But for the rest of us who, even if we're a third, but we like look like this, there's no escaping. You know what I'm saying? You're black and everyone can see it. So, this idea of going unnoticed, flying under the radar, and shrinking because no one in the C suite looks like you, that's just not serving you, right? Your blackness is an asset. So, I've got some notes here. I want to just talk through a couple things real quick. So, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome y'all to another episode of Day to Day with Dorothy. I'm your host, Dorothy Enriquez. I'm the principal and founder of The Communication Strategist, a boutique learning and leadership development firm where we make sure that we work with nonprofits, corporations, and small businesses to optimize their leaders to ensure that they're equipped to lead from every seat they sit in. And we are knee deep in preparing for the launch of our rebrand next week, May 12th. Mark your calendar. We're going to do a happy hour in the evening around like 6ish CST. So we'll be live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Set your alarm, mark the date. I would love for you to join us. But that's a little bit about me and what I do, and we're getting ready to rebrand. And I am, if anybody's excited, I'm excited. Welcome to the show, and let's jump in. Ellen Stofan, NASA Museum's first female director, said, "When it comes to women, we got to be twice as good just to be taken half as seriously." Right? And this is the girl from NASA. This is what she had to say. How much more so when you look like us? How much more work do we have to do? How much more second guessing, third guessing, fourth guessing do we have to do because we're worried about, like, oh my God, this hair, is this going to be okay? These earrings, is this going to be okay? This skirt, is this going to be okay? This lip, is this going to be okay? Like, just second, third, fourth, fifth guessing all these things and then trying to meet ourselves somewhere in the middle. But by the time we've done all that, guess what? You're exhausted. You are exhausted because you're trying to figure out how to make your hair look like it doesn't grow out of your head like that. You're trying to figure out how to make your body be less shapely, even though that's the shape of it. You're trying to figure out how to blend, and already you're not blending, right? We're not blending. It's obvious when we miss a day, especially if we work in a predominantly white organization. So, what are we going to do? Here's a couple things to note. One, power has changed dramatically over the last 20 years, right? It used to take a lifetime to acquire power, but now, or an entire career to acquire power. But now we see something coming alive called network power versus hierarchical power. And so, if we want to tap into this network power and the fact that this has been a thing for the last several years, why not tap into the fact that our blackness is an asset? Because guess what, girls? Number one, they need our perspective. Here's what we know for sure. Here's what the research tells us. When we have black people in the room, male or female, when we've got black people in the room where decisions are being made, folks can be more thoughtful. Pop quiz. When who them people? When H&M came out with that new T-shirt and it had a monkey or a gorilla on it, and then they had it on a black little boy, do you think there was a black person in the room? When who them people? Dove, was it? When they came out with they had like a new soap or a new lotion, and then the girl kept washing and turned white. Do you think that they had a black person in the room when they were thinking like, oh, this would be a great idea? No. Just even in those two little examples, having our voice in the room, having your voice in the room is an asset. Your voice needs to be heard, but guess what? When I'm second guessing these earrings, third guessing this hair, fourth guessing this skirt because it's so colorful, and folks who are, a manager, director, or SVP, They don't wear color. But the fact that I'm second guessing, third guessing, fourth guessing, by the time it's time for me to make my leadership voice heard, how can I? How can I? I'm so tamped down and so trying to make things fit, even though it doesn't. Here's the thing, when we do that, let's say that I straighten my hair, I put on some studs. And again, if you didn't watch the reel, some things to notice in the first part of the reel, right? I have my hair pulled back and I have the fro packed tight behind my neck so that you can't see it. I have it like pulled down in the front and twisted down so that it's contained. I'm wearing pearls, got on pearl bracelets, pearl necklace, pearl earrings, all black, and a nude lip so that I'm just muted. Now, I'm not saying like if black is your signature color, done. You know, if navy is your single signature color, done. But I'm talking about those times where you want to have a cool blazer or you want to have a neat purse to go with it to bring the outfit to life and then you feel like you can't. I'm talking about when you are covering, right? When we cover, everybody covers. I don't care what race, I don't care gender, sex, every religion, everybody covers. But when we cover up our black girl magic and it doesn't align with who we are and we don't feel like we're being our authentic self, our work suffers. And I know because I've been there. I worked in an organization where everyone was just like, what is it? A polo shirt and like a collared shirt and jeans. That is so not my look. And 6 months into that role, like when I say I feel like I was dying a slow death, and then a new team member came into the HR team, and she, I don't know, I think she'd been there maybe a week or two. She came into my office a couple times so that we could kind of connect and just get to know each other since we were going to be working together, even though I didn't work in like her section. And she was like, why do I get the feeling that this is so not you? I don't know why I get that vibe, but just in talking to you, I feel like this is not your look. And I was like, you're right. I would never be caught dead in this. And let me tell you all what I would do. I would get off of work, go home, change, do my hair, do my makeup just to go to the grocery store so that I would look like myself and feel better. And she was like, that stops now. In the next couple days, I want you to figure out how you can make the transition and still operate within the confines of our organization and still be in compliance and be yourself. But see, I think here's the thing. As women, and then moving forward as black women, we need permission. At least we feel like we need permission, which is why, as we're getting ready to rebrand, that's one of our values. Permission granted, right? I guess I felt like I needed permission, and someone who looked like me, who spotted underneath all of that, you know, bushy brows on purpose so I look like I fit in or whatever, and like just undone intentionally so that I don't stand out. My blackness is an asset. Me bringing my best authentic work self to work on a daily basis is an asset. When I tell y'all, first of all, I came alive. Like, and I was doing good work, right? I think under duress and under stress, we can do good work. What we can't do is phenomenal work. Your blackness is an asset. First of all, there's never been a better time to be black than right now. I'm just saying. Like, companies are looking for black people. And let me tell you something else that I found out. Most black people are actually trying to reduce like how black they look in a resume. So they may not put what, if they're part of the Divine Nine, they may not put that in a resume. And sometimes maybe if they went to a HBCU, they may not put that in a resume because they're worried, you know, that companies won't look at that resume. Let me tell you something. Companies are looking for it right now, right? If you have removed that, especially like, you know, if you've been working for like 15 years, you may have taken the education off of your resume, right? But put that back on there. Your blackness is an asset. Your perspective is a perspective that no one else is going to have because they're not you. They're not you. They're not me. And they can't think like you. They can't bring it like you can. They don't have insight like you do. And this idea that, oh, I'm going to cover up and I'm not going to be myself and I'm just going to try to blend in, that's never going to work. That's never going to work, right? And we've seen how we've had to pay the price in the past for not being ourselves. And we've seen, just even thinking about the natural movement, think about 10 years ago, we would have never done this at work. What? No. But it's like so accepted now, but it had to start somewhere. It had to start somewhere. And your power comes from you giving yourself permission to be you, right? Now, again, if you've been working long enough, you know HR has like policies and regulations, like you can't come to work with no clothes on, stuff like that. And so you still have to like be thoughtful about context, but at the same time, the idea that you are shutting down so many aspects of you, it's going to kill your vibe. You will do good work. You might even do great work. Your ability to cover it up. But here's what we know for sure: firms that have women in top management roles always fare better. Not only do they fare better, they make more money, right? What if we could give ourselves permission to be powerful at work, to step into our power and be able to influence others? That's leadership, y'all. Leadership is influence. Your ability to influence others to think differently, to try something different, to take a new approach, to try that we tried 10 years ago, but maybe try it again with a new spin on it. Your ability to influence an impact at work, your power comes from that place. But you have to feel comfortable and confident. And maybe when my hair is all pinned down and pulled back in a really tight bun, maybe I can't think, right? Maybe I don't feel like I'm setting myself up for success. And plus, by the time I got here, I second, third, and fourth and fifth guessed everything, that I really don't have as much creative power as I could if I just was able to just be myself, right? Your blackness is an asset. You looking like you is an asset. And you deciding to look like yourself at think that's the power of being confident. It's kind of like when you're thinking about going natural, but you're just like, oh my God, I can't do it. But then like a couple people that you love or people that you really like or respect, they do it, and you're like, dang, that looks good on her. Like I used to like her hair straight, but now I like it like this. When we decide to show up powerfully at work, do our job, contribute, lead from every seat that we sit in, oh my God, it's a game changer in how we show up, because guess what? We don't over index in some of those negative traits where we start over indexing pleasing because we feel uncomfortable. We start over indexing in a need to belong in a way that's not conducive to building transformative cultures, departments, and organizations. Like we want to belong so bad that we start compromising ourselves, right? That's not what we want. We want to belong within a healthy organization, context, department, and situation. We have to find that space, that sweet spot where we can shine, where we can be ourselves, and we have an opportunity to explore what does authentic Dorothy look like in this situation, but I still really feel like myself, and I still really feel like I can contribute in a meaningful way. And I still, in the context of this company, I feel safe, I feel like I belong, and I feel connected to my team, and they can connect and plug into me because I'm actually being myself. And they know who they're dealing with because I'm me. I'm not like a mirage of me, if you will, or like this, manila folder version of me. This is me, right? Now, am I going to do everything and say everything that I would say outside of work when I'm hanging with the gals? No, right? This is your best, most authentic work self within context. But what can you do to give yourself permission to be you? And we know it, right? America has the type: tall, male, white. We know this. All the research backs it up. And when we look at who's in the C suite, it's mostly dudes, right? And a lot of them are white guys. But that doesn't mean that we can't do our part to ensure that we can accelerate into those roles if that's what we choose, right? And that's our desire to be able to accelerate into senior management and then eventually into the C suite because our voice needs to be heard. And all the research shows that when we are in those highest positions of power, we make a smashingly amazing impact. So, that's all I have for y'all. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when I think about the founding fathers of leadership, old white guys, they did not have us in mind. John Maxwell, you think he had us in mind? Ken Blanchard, Stephen Covey, they're not thinking about us. So we have to be able to get into spaces and places where we can have meaningful conversations around what does it look like for us to be successful and to be powerful at work. I would love, love, love to hear from y'all. Send this to another lady leader that you think like, ooh, this would be great if she took a look at this. Yes, and keep me posted. If there's stuff that you want me to talk about or explore, let me know. Shoot me a DM, send me a note on Facebook, what have you. Find me, and I will make sure that I serve you. Because what's the requirement, y'all? You are required to lead from every single seat you sit in. I don't care where you sit. It is time for you to lead. Leadership is influence. Step into your blackness, sis. Let's go. Break. Keep killing it, y'all. And mark your calendar, May 12th. That's the day of the big release. I'll see y'all soon. If you're not on the email subscription, you should be. You can go into the About section on Facebook or the bio on Instagram so that you can be signed up for the newsletter. All right, can't talk. All right, corporate hustler. Lord, walk with me. Don't forget to share this video. All right, y'all. See you next week, Wednesday, 3:30. It's going to be a big to-do. Mark your calendars. Do not miss next week's day-to-day. All right. See y'all soon. Bye. Okay, Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. You know you always get the last shoulder roll. Yeah. See you soon. Keep killing it, y'all.